I mean, they can give you some small rewards for just playing even without cards. Some small rewards for just playing even without cards. You mean the quests? Yeah, some of them are okay. But the ones which I'm rolling are like, play this really complex card which doesn't really fit into your deck. At least that's the way I see it. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not uncommon for me to be wrong. I don't know if it's maybe just the Gwent servers are having a bad day. Right, what are we trying to do? We do not need 2 Fiends. Jaeger's fine. Again, we have all the cards we need for our 3rd powerful round. No to 2 Warriors. I mean, this would be an amazing last round. Apart from maybe Fiend. What? Vampires, is it Renfri? I mean, it's bleeding, for sure. Monsters. Bleeding monsters. Could be vampires. Could be Renfri. How about, I don't know if I've played a Renfri deck. Mia Mus is my historian. I think, did I play one Renfri deck? Or did we say that I hadn't played Renfri yet? Play Shibetsky. Is it Renfri? That's Wildman's cue for you guys in chat. I think not because of rank. Yeah, the ones that we've been facing have been more Regis Reborn. Give an enemy unit bleeding 2, cooldown of 2. I don't have my Toad, but I suppose it's not really Toad worthy. Right, so we're going to Lava. And then maybe Fiend afterwards. Or Damsel Fiend. Pretty Toad-worthy usually. Okay. But so's this guy. I mean, I could gamble to try and find Toad, although he can't be Toaded anymore. When bleeding is applied to an enemy, boosts off by the amount applied. Yes. And the count is the number of times that it can use it. Counter 1. The deck of classic vampires awaits you. You have good chances to get Dorograi Parasite. Yeah, or Heatwave. Is he gold? I thought I was bringing in a non-gold. I mean, we can try it. Okay, well, we got Dorograi and Parasite. Which one do we want? Parasite? Yeah, we'll just kill it. Or killing it later could be useful, yeah. But Parasite. Dorograi may be useful later. I mean, yeah. Everything could be useful later. That's my problem. I know that things are useful. If you let it go, you can't win the round. Yeah. It was worth the risk. The risk paid off doubly so. It just means that at some point in the future, the risk will not pay off. We definitely need to activate the Thrive on these units, though. Otherwise, they're going to die. At the end of your turn, if there is a bleeding enemy unit, boosts off by 1. Well, now this guy needs to die as well. But first, we can bring in Damsel.
This? Oh, these are just scissors?
I mean, we might lose the round anyway, because I haven't played the mana, and I've got the cat here, and Koshi. And he's got another one of these guys. So it's maybe like a Yig and pass type of deal. Or like Yig, Fiend and pass or something. Both out is very good. I suppose, yeah, they've used, you know, a couple of good cards here. So we could play Fiend now, or we play Yig, and then if we're still leading, because they may just get rid of it immediately, then we'll pass next turn or something. And we'll place it on this road just because. Yighorn sounds reasonable. I'm glad I'm sounding reasonable. Looks even more as Renfri for me every turn. To me, this just looks like vampires. What says if it's Renfri or if it's Regis Reborn? Regis requires bleeding enemies, and so far I've got bleeding, right? So it can be Witch's Sabbath version, looking by stratagem they use. No way. No way that it's Renfri, or no way that it's Witch's Sabbath version of Renfri? Is that what the Witch's Sabbath would be? That's the deal. Renfri have good synergy with Regis. Oh, so it could be Renfri and Regis. That's what we're saying. Well, I'm sorry that we are not going to find out if it was a Regis Reborn or a Renfri or a both Regis Reborn and Renfri again. Like, I don't know if it's worth giving a GG. I want to, but they can't give it to me if their internet connection's poor. Right, I need to change my journey. What is this quest? Use order ability 52 times. That's from Journey, is it? Is there other Journey quests? Journey. Oh, you need to go back. Yeah, there's a Journey quest. Coming soon on New Week. Right. We got some more keys. Maybe we should do some key stuff. Journey list. Right, go back to Siri, because why not? I do have bonus on Siri, right? Exit. 0 bonus left, but that's just a bug. You wanted to know if it was... Yeah, I mean, we all wanted to know if it was Regis. It's just one of those things where, for some reason, either Gwent servers or the internet, or just them, they decided that they didn't want to play. What should we be looking at in here? Well, I think we're done down in this area. We should maybe be completing the whole tree, and my reward is his face. So many keys. What, 17? That's not that many. I mean, unless you're being sarcastic, in which case, I guess. What do I want to have from this place? Have I got all the scrolls? No. I'm missing a scroll. Am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's the chest. These are the scrolls. Story nodes first. Well, I've got all the story nodes in here. So I could just aim to go for this corner to get some ore, but I don't think it's worth going to get the ore from the chest, right? For 5 to get 200 ore and some powder is not that good. But I have to complete the tree to get one of these other trees, unlocked by purchasing a specific node in this tree. Unlocked by purchasing a specific node in this tree. Which node? Do I have to... Nah, I'm not that many keys. I'm only having at the start of the season on first hour. Well, you can unlock a leader skin and a new... Okay, so you need the skin. That's what that is? Okay, so I do need to get that. Or I need to go back into this one. Because the skins were in here, right? I just haven't got these things. Right. So now I just need to choose which one. In this one, right? But how do I know which one's good to get? Is gotta go to bed as I have apparently to go to work on Saturday. Yeah, have fun. Thanks for stream. Thank you very much for joining the F-Jams. Great to have you here. Have a great night and a sleep, and hope work is not too bad tomorrow, even though it's Saturday. Bind skins, unlocks tree. Yeah, you've not unlocked story nodes here. This is true. I'm sorry, I'm terrible. So let's unlock story nodes to satisfy Mia. And we have just enough to do that. So we've done that. We've got so much ore now that we could start doing some packs, some kegs, or we could just ignore that and we could just keep playing. What do you want to see? Kegs? And to help me open kegs? Or do you want to just watch games? If we unlock kegs, there's always the option then for getting scraps, and then scraps leads to deck changes. So if I knew how to do polls, I would do a poll right now, but I don't, so I'm just going to let you use your hands to type it out. Let's open some kegs. Go on then. And if you have a differing opinion, well, we'll only open a few, and if everyone says that they hate it, we'll open even fewer. We were going to go with faction. Or are we still opening these? Like, maybe we open a few. Scoia'tael. Kegs, you're a gamble addict. Almost. Let's open a few Scoia'tael. Because we have been opening Scoia'tael quite a bit. We could go for monster, but we would almost certainly just be getting duplicates and not hitting the like 1 or 2 legendary cards that we want to get. So we'll start with 4. If these are all duplicates, then we'll maybe we should be moving on to a different set anyway. Okay. Orca Healer, of which we have 2. Well, I mean, plus a premium. Dolblathana Bomber, of which we have 2 plus a premium. Farseer, of which we have 2. And a new one, the Dolblathana Sentry, which on melee, whenever an enemy unit moves, damage it by 1. Whenever an allied unit moves, boost it by 1. Ah. Yeah, so that's useful in the movement decks that I've seen. Definitely seen this card played on the range row before. And the epic pick. Junker we've decided to have in the past, so maybe it's time to have another one of those. Epic nice, yeah. Or, I mean, do I have an echo card? Spawn 3 cargoes on an allied row. Cargoes? is a token which is doomed and has an order to replay a non-neutral agent, bandit, or soldier that wasn't played this turn and give it doomed. I mean, I feel like there's something that could do. I just don't know what it is. And the Pitfall Trap, which I feel like we've ignored in the past. I'm tempted by the Heist, but the fact that we have one Dunkers, Heist is strong on L stack. Okay, let's go with Heist. Because I already have one Dunker. And I can only... The gold ones, I can only have one of anyway, right? One for Elves stack, other for traps. Druid's Caress, which we've got 2 of, Dwarf Berserker, which we've got 2 of, Druid Grove Keeper that we've got 2 of, and a Comedian that we've got 2 of. And our raresies, I suppose we just go with this one because we've got the other 2. What does it do? It's good for Harmony, and it has an order to infuse an allied unit with Harmony, so you can double up on your Harmony stuff. We'll just go with that. Another Dryad Enchantress, an Elven Scout. Whenever an allied trap is triggered, boost self by 2, which I suppose is good in a trap deck. Oak Critters that we have 2 of, and our Dulblathana Bomber, which we already have now 4 of. All of these we have 2 of, so it doesn't really help. If we chose that one, it wouldn't mill itself, maybe. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. And is that a legendary behind there? Miner, which we have 2 of. Another Sentry, that's good, that fills that out. Pyrotechnician, which we've already got 2 of, and Oak Critters. And our legendary pick. Ooh. So I have seen this guy in decks played against me, so presumably Gezrus of Leda is a good one. Although, having said that, this is a scenario card. Is this a really awful pick? Yeah, Elf Scenario. So, what is this? Progresses whenever you play an Elf. Oh, yeah, I think I've definitely had this played against me then. Spawns the Commando, and then on Chapter 1 spawns 2 Elven Deadeyes, and then Chapter 2 spawns and plays a Waylay. So we're going to go with the scenario. Elf Scenario, good card. Scenario's best here. Okay. All are really good. Yeah, that's the problem when you hit a legendary, is that they're all good. I think we were still getting a few new cards, so there's a good combination of new cards and you know, scraps, I guess. It's even played in some meta decks. When you say a meta deck, what makes a deck meta? Right, Hawker Healer we've already got enough of, and the support. Cat Witcher Adept we've got 2 of, and Sentry, well, now you're just being silly, aren't you? I don't need 3 of you. So I know the Sorceress is a good card. That's one I would be leaning towards. What is the Orb of Insight? Oh no, this is a good card, isn't it? This is also normally used in combination with this. Boost an allied unit by 2 and give it vitality. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. While in your grave card, lower the counter by 1. Whenever you play a special card, when the counter reaches 0, play this card and give it doomed. So yeah, it's kind of a double play. Now, some legendaries are trash, like Kyra Metz before rework. The deck becomes meta if it can compete against other strongest meta decks. Oh, okay, so it's just, it is, the, you know, one of the decks being played currently. Rather than my deck, which is just rubbish and thriving. I would be tempted to go on these. Dwarf deck, I'm not really thinking will be one we go for soon. Boost knowledge unit by 2 and give it vitality isn't that good. I think I was thinking of something else. Which, yeah, I don't know. I'll just go with the sorceress. Sure. Sorceress is good on her own, yeah. Okay, half elf hunter we have 2, elven scribe we have 2, hawker healer we now have 5, oak critters we now have 5. And we've already got the bowman, so I guess we're going to go on the cat, which is saboteur, which on deploy moves an enemy unit to the leftmost position on its row and damages it by 1. Increase the damage by 1 for each card it passed. Okay, I have seen that played against me as well. So we'll go with that. You'd pick the premium. Oh. I forget to look out for premiums. Right, half of Hunter and Elven Scout again. Abandoned Girl, Trickster. I mean, we are getting quite a lot of duplicates this time. Waylay, which is played by the scenario. Damage an enemy unit by 3 and spawn an Elven Deadeye. I feel like that's Waylay 100%. And pick the premium card. So, Saboteur is bad as well. Well, as long as I made the right call this time. This time that I care. A bomber, a Naiad Fledgling. Whenever your symbiosis is triggered, whenever you play a nature card, spawn a wandering treant on a random allied row and set its power equal to the number of symbiosis you control. But this one isn't symbiosis. It's just for other cards which are symbiosis. Anyway, this will give the unit to left vitality, and it has an order to remove all vitality from an allied unit, then boost itself by the same amount. Sure. Making a bomb, we have 2, a Mahakam guard, Mahakam. There is a leader that has symbiosis. I see. So you could, even without some other cards on there, you can just have that and trigger it. Which is nice. Boost yourself by the number of allied dwarves on this row. Dwarfy things. Shiny, shiny. So Bark the Elves, which is a dwarf. Give each allied dwarf 1 armor. If they already had armor, boost them by 1 instead. That sounds quite powerful based on what I know about dwarves. Fun fact, when you click the middle card, it reveals all other cards immediately. Oh. But you know. Does it really? I thought the idea was that you chose them all slowly. Kieran into the elves deck. This guy. Kieran Aesnilan. They have very hard names to say, these elves. Deploy, lock a unit and move it to the other row. So that's like half Drowner, half Dolgarai. Pick Kieran. Okay, I just need to know what this does. Boost an allied unit by 5. When this card enters your graveyard, transform itself into something else. And then you might be able to pick it out of the graveyard. Anyway, I've chosen Kieran. Getting good cards for an L stack. I mean, maybe at some point we see if we have enough cards for it. It makes me want to choose a few more. Do I go for 6? Well, let's go for 4, and then we'll have some ore left over. And then we'll have a look and see what scraps we have.
Yep. Must smash.
Yep. Right, Druid's Caress, Whisperer, Abandoned Girl. I mean, I clicked it. Sure, I did it in the wrong order, but Circle of Life, and then our option another waylay then, given the options of tempering and that. I assume this would be the one to choose. So I'm just going to click it. I don't know, I like the reveal. Mahakam, Sentry, Dwarven Mercenary, Oak Critters. Again, I have all of those already. You said the Saboteur was rubbish last time, so we're not going to go with that one. Hawker Smuggler. At the end of your turn, boost a random unit in your hand by 1. So some hand boosting stuff there. Or Catwitcher Mentor. Boost self by the number of allied cards on this row. Adrenaline, whenever a card appears on this row, boost self by 1. I like the Cat Mentor. I mean, not mentoring cats, but Catwitcher Mentor. Dunno. I feel like boosting is more of a thing compared to you know. Anyway, I'll just pick it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I probably won't use any of them in any deck, anyway. Berserker, we have enough. Hawker Support, we have enough. Another Naiad Fledgling, that we got one before with the Symbiosis. Dryad Enchantress, we have enough. And we have a choice between a Vreehead Vanguard, which on melee deploy boost self by 1 for each elf in your hand, or on range will boost itself by 1 for each elf on this row. So it's either if you're playing it early or late. I like the sound of that. Or the Vreehead Brigade. Damage an enemy unit by 2 and deploy whenever move, damage a random enemy unit by 2. I mean, I don't know, one of those. Which one seems more useful? I think if we're talking elf deck, then this one presumably is going to be filled with elves and he'll be boosted to like 6 or 7 and he has a quite low provision cost. Dunno. And the last one, nothing special. Minor Elven Seer. Alright, this is the card, was it? Whenever you target this unit with a bronze special card, spawn and play a copy of that special card. Yeah, this is what I was thinking the other one was with his orb. Pick Naiad. I think I already had 2 of the Naiads. So that's why I didn't choose the Naiad. That's why I didn't even read it. I already had 2 of them. Unless it was premium, in which case I just missed that it was premium, because I don't look at it closely enough, apparently. Even though they're moving and stuff. And we've got enough of those anyway. And it doesn't really matter, because we've already got 2 of each of these. Okay. So let's say we're done with packs for now. You can change your milling options to get more scraps from milling duplicates. Yes. So we got 430. But I think you're right, we can. Because mill all copies which exceed deck limit premium, as well as standard versions, will be milled separately. So I should be on resource focused. Because I only need 1 of the card and 1 of the premium. Because I can only play 2. In which case I get an extra 100 or so scraps. That's just, wow. Not that much. Anyway, it means that we have enough for a card. And that, if anything, is more scary, because it means we maybe have to decide which card we want next. Why are all these? Oh yeah, because of this thing. It's a question of... well... Was it Vernon, you're saying don't change the deck, or... I can't remember if it was you. I think so. Maybe. Someone was saying don't change the deck. Someone was saying Caranthir. Someone was saying Defender. There's 3 options there. And as well, what we can do, as was mentioned by the person saying don't change it, We could change it as a copy and then see if it plays better or worse. I'm not really sure if the next card is going to change as much as Koshi did in his times. Yeah, maybe not. It's all about improving it a little, getting to the max. So what the options are Caranthea to have double Koshi, or which is maybe meme, or Defender to avoid Koshi being hit. I mean, it's an Ogroid. Doesn't really do much else except sit in the way. I begin saving for the next deck. Okay. I mean, maybe that's two people saying don't get anything then. In which case, we don't get anything. We'll just save our scraps. But if you, at some point, you or anyone else says, have you thought about this card? I'm going to have to think about it. Okay. Let us exit without saving, because we haven't changed anything. And we'll just play a game, because we haven't played one in a bit. And we're almost going up another level. Assuming that we can, you know, win. We can build something with elves we already have. That's true. We'll play a couple of games, and then maybe we'll have a look at elves. With Caranthea, this deck becomes clumsy. In the future, you'll understand why. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't understand a lot of things. The future may not hold much more understanding. Yeah. Maybe it's a good thing to not have it. I suppose the idea with Caranthea is that you can make a 1-power version of it, which means, I don't know, you get a good card. But with, you know, and it's ready to thrive compared to your normal Koshi, which maybe is less ready. Anyway, we've pulled Koshi to scratch a lot, so that's...
Thanks for watching.
nice to have.
If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, and if you think you would enjoy more, then please subscribe, or even join me live on Twitch. Whilst it's cliche, all of these will help the channel. On screen is something carefully curated, or something the YouTube algorithm suggests, or maybe even both. In any case, have a great day.